What's going on, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Monday, November 23rd, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. Now, in full transparency, as we start this video, there is nothing new to report to you guys. I think the last news type video we did was last week's State of the Game. We all know there's no State of the Game this week, and the next phase of the PTS starts this Friday. However, we did want to take some time and answer some questions that you have sent us over the last few days. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we are having a giveaway for a $100 gift card to either the Xbox or PlayStation Store, depending on which console you're running, and all you need to do to enter is subscribe to our channel here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. We will be announcing the winner on December 10th of this year, and as I've mentioned in every previous video, watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why we give you the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So as we start this off, I want to take a moment and first of all thank all of you sincerely for your continued support. The way this channel has grown has just been amazing over the it's been less than 8 months, and how the Division 2 community has helped build this channel has been absolutely unbelievable. Having said that, I wanted to make sure I started off this video by wishing all of you a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. I hope you spend it around loved ones, family, friends, pets, whatever it is. Just be kind to each other, be safe, and yeah, just know you're appreciated. So by far the number one question we've received over the last 4 or 5 days has to do with, is there going to be a Division 3? Will they just be bringing a new expansion to this game? Like, what is the actual future of the Division, and when will we actually get some answers in regards to what to expect? So the reason this is such a hot topic right now is Red Storm Entertainment recently updated their Twitter picture, and as you can see in the screen, it is most definitely that of a rogue agent symbol. Now, for those of you who may not know, Red Storm is the original Tom Clancy studio, and their job under the Ubisoft umbrella is to really build the foundation of what PvP looks like in the Division. And in my opinion, the fact that Red Storm is involved now means one of two things. The Division 2 will either announce the next big DLC installment to the game, or they're going to scrap that entirely and just announce the Division 3. And the reason I say that is this. For those of you who may not remember, when we go back to the first Division, there was another major DLC slated to be launched with the Division, and what they did is instead of doing that, they announced the Division 2 and just implemented those things into the second game. Not only that, but Red Storm was brought in at the end of Division 1 in order to really get PvP to where it was. I mean, you always hear people say, why don't they bring just the first, Dark Zone from the first Division over to the second? That's why. It's because Red Storm at the end got back involved and really made PvP exactly what it was, at the end of the game. Which, by the way, is exactly what the player base of the Division 2 hoped they were getting when that game launched. So again, you can see why there was so much frustration in the community when PvP has never lived up to what it was in the last game. And I know for many of you, it's frustrating to hear the fact that they may launch a third game when they didn't even fix a lot of the major issues in the second, but the fact is, this year has just been seriously like a hot mess in regards to a lot of different games and their ability to actually fix certain problems. And as I've said in previous videos, I really enjoyed playing this game when it first came out with the storylines and things like that. Like, it was so much fun. And I think what happened was after year 1, or I should say once Warlords of New York came out and it turned into kind of a sideshow, that's when I think things really went south. And you guys know as I say that, I'm saying it as someone who still loves and plays this game. Like right now I'm doing missions on normal difficulty so I can get through Season 3 and be ready for when Season 4 drops so I'm not behind. Like I always want to stay involved in this game because when it's functioning properly, in my opinion, it's one of the best games out there. Anyway, the next thing we want to talk about before we wrap this thing up, or a few things actually, first of all has to do with the next phase of the PTS. Yes, we are going to be covering it, we'll let you know what's going on, and so far what we've heard, all of the items and weapons do look really good. As most of you know, in the last state of the game, they talked about certain changes they're making to weapons with the second phase of the PTS. And for those of you that are wondering with the Scorpio shotgun, it's not getting a nerf, it's just getting a little bit of a tweak. And what I'm referring to is the fact that the damage and the stacks and all of these different things stay the same. However, you have to have better aim or just be at closer range to really maximize that weapon when you're using it. Many of you may know from one of our previous videos, I did not have the best luck with the PTS last time. I kept getting Bravo errors, but it will not stop me from trying to log on again. And I promise you to give you guys an update of what's happening, what's going on, and any of the changes that we see. The next question we want to answer has to do with the optimization station and the fact that there seems to be some confusion out there in regards to what you can actually change with your items and weapons and how many different attributes you can actually improve on. So just to be clear, from what the developers said is you will be able to maximize every single attribute of an item or weapon. You cannot maximize a mod or skill attachment or things like that, but any of your other gear you can totally stack up. Which actually brings us to our next question, which is what are we doing now in the game? And all I'm focusing on right now, my friends, is farming for items I don't have and ideally finding those items as maxed out as possible so when I can recalibrate them, I'm not wasting, just a ton of different components. Now, as most of you know, they did mention that there was a lot of stuff online, or there were a lot of different, things said about how the actual optimization station's going to work and the cost of what things are going to be and all that stuff. Now, as most of you know, in the first phase of the PTS, they did not give us all of the options we will have on how to farm for components to optimize our weapons and gear. And unfortunately, in phase 2, we will not have access to those methods either. However, the developers have said they are happy with the balancing on how we can farm for certain things, so I don't know what that means, my friends, but we will all find out together when this thing launches. I'm hoping it does, between that first and second week of December. On that note, I think we're going to start to wrap this video up. As I mentioned before, the next phase of the PTS starts this Friday the 27th, and it goes until December 2nd, and that's also when the next state of the game is, so hopefully we will have some more answers to all of our questions then. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all so much for your continued support. It's just been amazing. Like, seriously, we're less than 8 months old. We're closing in on, I think 5,600 subscribers. It's just, the way you guys have just treated our channel has just been absolutely awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, we are doing content for new games. However, as long as you guys are asking for stuff for this game, we will always bring it to you. Now, in regards to the rest of this week, we're posting a build video tomorrow, and we will be back Friday with an update on the PTS. Make sure if you enjoyed this video, you hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you did like the video, you can hit the like button as well. But most importantly, as always, take care, be kind, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.